What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to talk about what I think is the best rifle lights on the market. This is the Cloud Defense Rein, and this is the Cloud Defense Rein Micro. I just took it off the rifle so I could show it to you guys a little bit easier. I say these are the best rifle lights on the market because, in my opinion, they are engineered to a much higher standard. They are significantly more durable than any other light on the market. They put out a ton of light, and the thought that goes into them is just, as you see when we go through the features, it's just very, very well thought out. Let me do a quick disclosure. I did used to work for Inforce, which is one of Cloud's competitors, kinda. They wish they were. Not really, but I did work for a light company for 4 or 5 years, and I do have a few friends at Cloud. Neither one of those things will affect this review in any way, shape, or form, but I always like to be honest and upfront with you boys and girls. So we're going to talk about the features of these lights, like I said, and then the pros, cons, and what I think of it overall. Let's start with the tape switch. The tape switch is small, compact piece of plastic. It has 2 brackets that go on either side of the tape switch, and that's what locks it on to a Picatinny rail, Picatinny adapter. A couple cool things about the tape switch and the cord. One, the cord is fairly short, so it's a lot less likely to get snagged and broken. It also comes out of the side of the tape switch instead of the back, which once again is a lot less likely to get snagged. The buttons on here, one button is momentary, so it only stays on for as long as you hold the button. The other one is constant, stays on the whole time until you press the button again. The cool thing about the constant is it has kind of like a reverse momentary, where if you give it a slight press, it turns off for a second. So you can turn it on constant, give it a slight press when you want it to be off, and then when you want to illuminate something, just let go of the button. So that, I thought that was pretty cool. If something does go down with the tape switch, you do have a second button here on the light tail cap button. Same thing, slight press is momentary, harder press for constant on. Now the coolest thing about the tail cap tape switch cord management system is where the cord comes out is adjustable. You just take the tail cap button out and you can rotate it here, you can have it come out here, you can have it come out wherever you want, and that allows you again to set up the light for your rifle however you want, and cord management is a big thing. Another big brain thing Cloud did inside here, you see this orange retention device. It's not as big of a deal with 18350s, but it is a huge deal when you look at the full-size Rein and the 18650s. 18650s are all over the place as sizing. They're not all the same. In this retention device, you can unscrew it, tighten it down, loosen it up depending on the size battery you're running, and then you can tighten it down so there's no wiggle, there's no rattle. You make sure you get a good connection, and I thought that was ingenious because there's so many different size batteries. This ensures that it snugs up extremely well. The bodies on both of them are 6160 aluminum. The electronics are all encapsulated, some sort of acrylic, whatever it is, and again, these lights, and especially the Cloud Owl, are the most durable lights on the market. There's videos out there of people doing unholy things to these lights, and they just keep going and going and going. Switching on over here, actually the mount first. There's 2 screws that hold the mount to the light, and then there's 2 screws that hook the mount to any Picatinny rail. There's a bunch of aftermarket accessories. This mount does not stick down really tight to the rail, so there's a lot of aftermarket accessories from other companies if you want to be a little more snug to your rail. Now the head, the head unscrews. Cloud just came out with the new Rein 2.0 with a smaller, more powerful head. We'll get into that more in a second, but you may be able to swap the heads out if you want. That's where you replace the battery in and out. Another cool thing about the head is the acrylic lens on the front is field serviceable. So if it breaks, Cloud will send you another one, or if you have an extra one, you can just take the head off, you replace the lens, and you're good to go. Again, that lens is thick, very, very overly engineered. There's videos out there of them shooting it point blank with simunition rounds, and simunition rounds are moving, and that lens does not break, which is pretty shocking. Now, let's talk about the differences between the two. On this side here, on my left, we're going to talk about the size, the dimensions, the features of the full-size Cloud Rein, and this side here we're going to talk about the dimensions of the Micro. Obviously the Micro is a little bit smaller, you lose a little bit of Candela, not a lot. Use a little bit of lumens, not a lot. The big difference is going to be the runtime. If you want the smaller size of the Rein, your runtime goes down significantly. If you don't know, lumens is how much light is coming out of the end of that flashlight, and candela is how the light is focused, how the beam is focused. The higher the candela numbers, the tighter the beam, the further it shoots out, the better it goes through things like smoke and fog. So candela is arguably more important than lumens. Either way, they're both very, very important. Now, I mentioned a second ago, Cloud just came out with the Rein 2.0. It is lighter, smaller, especially in the head, brighter, sits tighter to the rail. Cloud always listens to their customers, and they're always making improvements. If you have a newer Rein, full-size Rein, and you want to get the head of the 2.0, you can do so if it's a newer Cloud Rein. If you ask Cloud, they can tell you if yours will be compatible. Some of the early Cloud Reins will not. Some of the newer ones will be compatible with the 2.0 head, just so you know. All right, next is going to be testing and beam comparison. I'm going to be really as short and quick here. These are not new lights, and I don't think anything I say is going to change anyone's mind. But with that said, I've had both of these lights, the full-size Rein, for at least 6 months. This one for probably 3 or 4. I've been doing a ton of rifle reviews, optic reviews, all rifle related reviews lately for some reason, a lot more than normal. So these lights have a lot more rounds on them than they normally would, because I usually bundle as many reviews together as I possibly could, because ammo is expensive. Speaking of ammo, let me thank my friends at True Shot Gun Club, sponsor of this channel. They always have great deals on ammo. They do supply some ammo to this channel. Click the link down in the video description, because seriously, they do always have really good deals on ammo. And if you don't know, ammo prices are starting to go crazy again. All right, lights. Shot it in the daytime, obviously, a bunch. That's where I do most of my shooting. I shot a ton in low light and no light scenarios as well, not only indoors but also outdoors. Using one of these lights indoors, at indoor range, 25 yards, it lit up the whole entire range, and nobody needed to turn their light on because my light was bright enough to light up all of their targets. Everyone was like, damn, Tiberious. Same thing with outdoors. A lot of my friends, when we're shooting outdoors, we're doing night vision training, a little bit more lately than white light training, and a lot of them have Surefire and mod lights because those lights put out IR illumination. When I do turn this on at 25, 50 to 100 yards on white light compared to their white light, I mean, it's not even close. These are significantly brighter. Even at 100 yards, it's very easy to identify a target or what's going on down there because the light is just so bright and it shoots it so far. So you get the point. I've shot them a lot, a bunch of different scenarios, barricades, different drills, red dots, low power variable optics. I have a ton of shooting time behind them, and really just testing lights in general. Because I used to work for Inforce, I have tested all rifle and pistol lights quite a bit. Before we get into the pros and cons, I do want to do a quick beam comparison. I'm not going to compare this beam to a lot of the other competitors because there's really no comparison. So let's compare these two. They are very, very similar, and then I'll come back and tell you the pros, cons, and what I think of it overall. I told you these lights are bright. Let's talk about the pros. Again, I think they are, and most people would agree, the most durable light on the market. I know mod light fanboys try not to get too butthurt when I say that. Sorry, these are more durable. It is bright as the sun. They knock, they crush the beam. They just do a great, great job. I dig the tail cap adjustability. I like the tape switch. I like the dual buttons. I like the orange retention device for the battery. The service, how you can service it out in the field if you need to. Lots and lots of good things. The only con I really have is going to be the mount. Like I mentioned earlier, the mount doesn't snug the light up very close to the rail on the Rein Micro or the full-size Rein. Now with the new Rein, the 2.0, they did address that issue, and there is aftermarket support to fix that issue. But if you look, it kind of sticks out far from the rail. Not a huge deal at all. That's some nitpicky cons right there, but I didn't like that, so I figured I would mention it. Overall, these lights are not for everyone. They are very, very, well, they are on the higher end of pricing for the light. I think they are the best quality, the best beam, the best durability. They're made in the States. I think they're worth the money, but not everyone is willing and able to spend $300 or so on a rifle light. If you want to save a little bit of money, you could go Surefire. I don't recommend saving the 20 bucks to get a light that's not as durable and not as bright. For me, save up a couple extra bucks and get the Cloud Light. The mod lights are significantly more expensive, and sorry mod light fanboys, these are just better lights. If you really don't want to spend $300 or $400 on a light, you can look at the Stream lights. Again, they're not as bright, they're not made here in the States, and they're not as durable, but for what the average person is using a light for, it sits on the gun, kind of collects dust, goes to the range once or twice a year, the Stream light will get the job done. Like I said, if you have the funds and you want super durable, high-end light, the best light on the market, then yes, the Cloud is going to be the light for you. I guess the best thing I could say about it is on my night vision gun, on my home defense gun is what I meant to say. There is a Cloud Rein on my home defense gun because I do not want to take a chance of taking my gun out and the Enforce light on there, the battery's drained or whatever, the mod light broke, it doesn't matter. I want to make sure that that light is working when I need it to work. Alright, I think that's all I have for you related to laser beams and lights. Let me quickly thank my friends at True Shot Gun Club. Again, they supply a lot of the ammo to this channel. Greatly appreciate it. The link is down in the video description because they have a lot of very good deals for you. I also want to thank Prime Armor. Prime Armor sells really good quality plate carriers and body armor. Again, if you have the funds, I'd consider getting them. The world gets crazier and crazier every single day, and that's something you want to have and not need, then need and not have. I did start a second YouTube channel. They are quick videos, unlike this one. They're 15 to 60 seconds. Mostly nonsense, lots of fun. It's a backup channel in case this one ever gets zapped. The link is down at the bottom of the video description. I am on Instagram and Facebook if you want to know what reviews I'm working on right now in real time. Before the reviews come out on YouTube, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and the links are down in the video description. I've been giving dad advice lately. I don't feel like doing it today. So all I'm going to say is please take care of your physical health, take care of your mental health, and be kind to people because you never know what people are going through. All right, I am done. Really done this time. Thank you guys for watching. If you think I deserve it, please hook me up with a like, a comment, enable the bell notifications, which means you have to subscribe to the channel to enable those bell notifications. If you do any of those things, truly helps me out, and I truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!